So today we'll be learning about how to use lists and indenting and line spacing. So we'll learn about these things today. See, almost any presentation you see, you don't miss to see a bullet points and those things. You will see the bulleted lists over here. So there is no compulsion, but it helps to break down the information into manageable pieces. That's the advantage of using the lists. So it can convey the information in short and in a much what to say organized way. So that even you can remember them while explaining it to the audience. So you know after each point what should be the explanation. So it's kind of highlighting the most important information over there. So how to manage this? See, we have a lot of lists here, the lot of lines. You have to first select those bulleted lists. See, if you wish to keep it, fine. So you can see here in the paragraph group, you can see the bullets over here. So if you want to remove the bullets, just click on it, so it will be removed. Or if you have to apply it, you can choose from these selections. And if you feel it is not suiting your current presentation, you can always go take this bullets and numbering. So you have option to customize it the way you want it. So go to you can also choose some pictures to be your bullet points, or you can customize, and you get a window like this. From here you can choose which particular symbol you want to make it as a bullet point. So you can choose from here. See, I'll be using this smiley symbol, or you can also choose from various symbols available over here. See, let's say I'll use this. I get these bullet lists. Now it is visible in the bullets and numbering window. I can choose from here. I can also increase or decrease the size of it. So what percentage of your text size should be your bullet size? So it should be of the same size, then you keep it for 100% of the text. Or if you want it to be smaller than your text, you can reduce it. So I'll keep it 100%. And you can also change the color if you wish to. So let's say I'll choose this. See, I want the bullet to be of this color. So now I'll say okay. See, you can see those bullet lists appearing here. So this is how you manage with it. Let's see how to insert an image in the bullet list if you wish to. Now it is a presentation of mobiles. I want the same kind of symbol to be the bullet list. I'll just go here, take this and take a picture. So you can choose from here, from icons. See, these icons are new features that are added into Office 365 and Office 2019 Microsoft Suite. You can either choose from this, or you could also rely on online pictures, or if you have those images saved in your PC, you can choose from that. I'll just go here. I have this mobile image saved, so I'll just pick it from there. I'll say it is saved in one of the files here, and just take it from there. See, I want the same image to be used. Say insert. You can see here the bullets have changed to that particular mobile image. So you can also go and modify it, whether you want to increase the size and those things. You can always go here, choose bullets and numbering. You have the image given here, the picture. So you can increase the size of it. I'll make it 150. Let's say you can also type it. Now it's a little bigger. Okay. So these are a few things that I wanted to show you. And the next thing, see if these are the symbols that you use. Let's say in some places you would like to use numbers. You want to use numbers as bullets. So now this is fine if it is in the same slide. So sometimes what happens, your contents will flow out of this slide. It is continued in the next slide, let's say. So just assume this slide is a continuation from the other slide. In that case, I don't want the bullets to start from 1. It should start, say, suppose from fifth point. So what I'll do is go here. You can also choose Roman numbers, A, B, C, these things. But if I want to continue this in the some other slide, or if this slide is a continuation from some other slide, I want to change the numbering. So you can go here, see, start at, just change the number. So I want this list to start from the fifth number. I'll just say okay. You can see it starts from this point. So you can use this if you have information spread across the slides. So where the entire information is not present in the same slide, you can use this so that you still denote to your viewers that it is a continuation from the other slide. So that's the advantage of this. And the next part is I wanted to show you about indenting and line spacing. See, indenting and line spacing is used to give some visual aesthetics to your text part. So you have typed the text, given everything, fine, but if it is not in a readable format, you want to increase the readability of it, you want to arrange it, keep it in a particular way, then this indenting and line spacing is really helpful. So let me take another slide. See here, I'll remove these bullets. I want you to assume this is a paragraph that we have typed. Let's assume this is a paragraph. I'll just say, I'll delete this, I'll make them into small paragraphs. So now this I want to as a separate paragraph again. Now they are arranged as paragraphs, let's say. See, what do we do in each paragraph? We want the starting line, the first line of the paragraph, to start with the space. So you can just give a tab space here. So this indicates it's the beginning of the paragraph. This is one thing, but you see here, you have all the lines, only the first line being moved apart. It is starting after a tab space, but all the other lines are still in the same place. The indent has not been applied for the other lines. So this is fine in this particular slide because there is only text here. In case I have an image beside this. So let me change the layout of the slide. I'll change it to content. So now you have it this way. Now I have some image over here. Let's say I'll just copy the same image. I'll give that here. I have selected this from the design ideas. So next, I want to improve this particular text that is beside the image that I have provided. Now, what you can do is I can just select the text that you want to improve, go here and give increase indent. See? So if you increase or decrease an indent, even the size of the font changes. So you should see that it is maintained properly after applying the indent. You need to go manually change it. So I want to improve the line spacing between the text that I have provided. It looks very clumsy here. I just want to improve that. So go here, take line spacing. See, you can either choose from the numbers that are already provided. See, this is 1 point, this 1.5. So I want somewhere in between these two, let's say 1.2 or 3. So that should be the line spacing that I want. To customize it, I'll go here, choose line spacing options. And over here, see, you have indentation, spacing, general alignment. So you can choose from here how exactly your text has to be aligned. So let it be left aligned. I want the indentation is fine. So before and after, see, before the paragraph, so I want to increase the space after the paragraph. I'll give 10 points over here, and the line spacing I'll increase to 1.3, let's say. See, this is the space after the paragraph. So the space between two paragraphs is decided by this. And even before the paragraph begins, so this is how it is given. I'll just say, see now, you can improve it a little more, adjust this, and you can say it to be distributed. See, the problem with the distributed or justified alignment is you will have more spaces in between, somewhere to fill in the gap. So they align in such a way that the words have got more space in between. That's the reason we don't always go for this. So unless your data is fully packed, so you don't have to go for this. But if you, it's a trade-off between how you want to show the text and how much amount of text is already there and how you want to align it exactly. Or you can also reduce the size and keep it left aligned. This still looks good. Okay, so this is how you can improve on the line spacing. So you can choose, can go here and change whatever you want to within the line spacing, and how exactly you want the text to be aligned. See now, the aligned text is at the top of the slide that we have provided. You can also set it to middle or even bottom. So you can choose how exactly it has to be aligned. So if you align it to top, you will have more space to enter the text here. If let's say your text is too small, it will still be displayed at the middle of the text if you choose this. Let's say I'll show you this. I'll remove this. See, it still appears at the middle of the slide. So I just undo this. Now I want it to be at the top only. I'll just select it again. So you also have option to show the text, convert this text into smart art. So there is a separate chapter for this. Anyways, I just wanted to show you how you can play around with the text as well. Now let's say you want a particular text to be displayed in a different direction. You can choose this. Say I want it to look like this. Or what you can do is I'll just rotate this text box. I want this particular text box to appear on the left hand side. Let's say I can reduce the size. I'm just showing you the possibilities, how exactly you can display it. So you can either keep it stacked to look like this. Can go here, backspace. So these are different options that are available. So you can keep it horizontal. I'll move it a little apart so that you can still view it. See how you want to rotate it. You can still you have more options to it. See in which direction you want. do not autofit, shrink text on overflow, so resize shape to fit text. You see, you have so many things over here. Okay, you can say left aligned, it keeps left aligned. Order of lines, it should be left to right. If you say right to left, it shows you the mirror image of it. So you can play around with these things as well. Okay, let me keep it back in the same place. So it was at the top. I'll just keep it at the bottom. So this is how it was before. So I just changed it again. So do you have any doubts in lists, numbering, bullet points, and line spacing? Any doubts here? Yes or no?
Hey Vidya, in this where the Nokia starts and Windows starts, right? If I want to, align it together, means Nokia window and has these couple of lines should means come in the same paragraph, or there should be no space on the upper line and the lower line. How to align it?
No, we gave the space deliberately, Sagu. Otherwise, it will start from the same line only.
Yeah, understand,
It will
understand.
be
But in certain cases, if I receive this kind of with the space,
yeah.
presentation with the space,
Hmm.
then I just have to bring the tab back, or or forward the lines. That's what it is.
No, not like that. I understood what you're trying to say. So let's say you mean to say you have some lists kept like this. You want to align it in the same this thing, correct?
Yeah, sure.
So for this, we go for ruler actually. So
Yeah,
there is a ruler here.
yeah,
Go to view tab, choose ruler.
yeah,
You get to see the ruler.
yeah,
As you have to select the lines which you want to align it back. So
yeah.
then you can see the hanging ruler here. You
Yes,
just have to pull it back. So this is going to align it with your bullet. See,
sure,
have to.
sure.
So you
But
move this one as well. So now
sure,
it comes in place.
yeah.
So you can use this to even create sublists with how the way I showed you. So let's say these lines were part of the same sentence, or it is a sublist of the above heading. You can choose to keep it this way. I'll show it again. So let's say we have list. We have entered few points which belong to the first point as a sublist. So then again we can give a tab space which will push it inside and give a different bullet over here to identify it as a points belonging to the same point, this thing, the first point, the main point. It's a sublist, I can say. And you can also choose to adjust the spacing between the bullet point and the text like this.
Will they just give one more tab here?
Here,
Yeah, one more tab for these three circle selects.
another.
Yeah, that's fine. The entire text moves together. What
Yes.
if if this get disoriented, like in the first line, device in starts A is aligned, right? The second line of the first bullet of the first sub bullet aligns. But what if the A similar price range comes to the left, right, and the other one stays at the same place where it is? So how to align it?
No, I
You got it?
didn't get your question.
For example, there is a one sub bullet which starts with the 1 gigahertz processor in Asha 303, which is the first line, right?
Yeah. It appears over here, is what you're saying.
No, 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 I'm not saying this.
Okay.
I'm
You
please.
can share your screen, Sagu, if you want to display
No, no, it's
something.
okay. It's okay. I mean to say that if this first line of the sub bullet and the second line are not aligned, then how to make them align?
Okay, you have to use the ruler only. You have to
Ruler.
choose the line
Yeah.
and adjust the ruler to align it properly to whichever point you want.
Okay.
Ruler is the only option to align it in the way. So you have to choose the lines first, which lines have to be aligned,
Hmm.
and then choose the ruler and adjust it. So now let's say I want these bullets to come from here and this text to appear right over here. You can adjust it like this. It can be applied on any line as such. So whether it's a sublist or it's a main point, whenever you want to align it in a particular way, you have to select those lines first and then use the ruler to adjust it.
Okay, just break the second sub bullet into
Mhm.
another line
This
anywhere.
one,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Just break it.
and give another tab here. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, this is what I see,
So
and then
now, to align it to the first, the top two lines, you have to use the ruler only,
thanks, Vedant.
like this. You can use it
But
much.
now the bullets are changed.
Yeah,
We
the
have,
bullets have changed. So for that, you have to choose it again and give a single bullet. That is one particular bullet.
but still, it's not happening.
Yeah, yeah. Let me change it.
It's happened. No, these kind of things get you a little nervous when you actually do it, and you don't. One is not familiar with the stuff.
Yeah,
Thank-
yeah, that's true. But you can always realign. I mean, remove the tab space that we have given manually, and then you can realign it and change the bullet accordingly. So
Thanks.
only when you have the multi-level lists like this, things get get on our nerves. But
Yeah.
otherwise, the rulers are there to help actually.
Thanks, Ida.
Yeah, okay. So anyone else? Do you have any doubts in the list part and bullets or line spacing for that matter? Okay, I'll show you one more thing over here. How to arrange it in 2 or 3 columns. Now let's say I have many points to display. So what I can do is, if it is flowing out of this particular slide, and let's assume there are only short names or short points that I want to display, I'll use columns over here. So I can choose to display or arrange the data in different columns so that all the points appear in the same slide, provided the sentences are little smaller. It looks very neat. So let's say I want to name all the versions of this particular mobile or a particular product, and what are the features. So you can use these columns feature to split the data like this. And you can also use numbering. See, it has the continuous numbers if it is within the same slide. And you can also increase the number of columns. You can customize it. You can say 4 also. So this is also very advantageous when you have all the information to be showed on the same slide, and you have many points which can be flowing out of this particular slide. Then you can choose to display in different columns within the same slide. So this bifurcation is also very useful. And the next part that I want to show you is how to convert this into a smart art. Suppose I know these are some steps to be followed. So to achieve some task, I want to show it like a process or a cycle or some steps like this. So it will easily convert the text into a smart art like this. So this actually the smart art that I have selected, it says this the first step, second step. So in this direction, see this is actually telling me the direction of steps to be followed. So you can use the smart art to show your data in a different way, and you have whole lot of smart arts over here. So you have to choose wisely as to which smart art is suitable to explain your data, and then you have to use it over here. And you also have options to customize it in the way that you want. You want to show it in different colors or same colors, or you want to change it. Even that is possible. You can go and change the colors if you want to suit to your particular slide, the theme that you have selected, you can go choose here to change the colors. And you also have options to show it in 3D and those things. You don't have to use these 3Ds because it looks quite unprofessional, but these subtle changes to the data, it looks really good. It enhances the way your data is displayed. You can always go for these things. So these are the things that I wanted to show you regarding the lists and line spacing, indenting, showing it in different columns, how to number it, and how to customize the bullet points that we have. The next thing that I want to show you is how to insert images and how to modify them. So let me share the window for that. Give me a second. So yes. So this is the presentation that I would like to use. This is another copy. Now let's say to insert an image into the slide, if your layout is like this, title and content, either you can go choose a placeholder over here which indicates to insert pictures. Even if you don't have this, suppose let's say we didn't have this placeholder, I'll remove it. In case you don't have any placeholder, you can go to insert tab. So over here you have pictures. See, this you can use if you have the pictures ready within your system. If you have kept it saved in your system, you can utilize that by clicking on pictures. Now I want to use this and say insert. Now I want to display all those images which come under Samsung products. I'll go here again to insert. I'll take pictures. I'll choose these two together. So all have got aligned on one another. I'll just choose it to separate this. And you can see some guidelines appearing here, which shows how it is being aligned and those things. See, if this is about inserting the images, see, you can also resize them using the sizing handles. I always recommend you to use the sizing handles which are at the corner. Don't use this because your image gets pixelated, or it gets distorted, which is not good. So to maintain the ratio, aspect ratio of the image, it's always better to choose the sizing handles in the corner. It keeps your image proportionate and it doesn't get distorted. So that is one thing. And see, I want to align these images also together. So now you can see the images are not aligned properly. So one is at the top or bottom. So we insert images. We also want to see they are aligned and arranged properly based on the slide that we have inserted. So you just have to select them. Okay. Just go to Format tab after selecting the picture. You have Align over here. See, you can choose to align the objects, selected objects to the slide, or only for the selection of the objects that you want. So here I have selected all these three images. how do you want to align based on the slide or the objects that you have selected. You need to choose. Now I don't want the alignment to be for the slide, so let it be for the selected objects. I'll choose align middle, so they get aligned based on the selection that I have given. Next, you can also say align top, so that all these three images are aligned at the top. You can see here. So you need to experiment with these things to see how you want to see the images. And you can also make it same size by giving the height and width over here. And you can also say align it, and I also want them to be distributed evenly, so there should be exact space between them. So I'll just distribute horizontally. See again, whether you want the spacing to be based on the selected objects or to the slide. See, if you select the slide, these three images will be spaced on the slide size. So whatever is your slide, based on that it will be given the space. So I'll choose selected objects, say distributed horizontal. So now they have an even space between them. Now, after this, keeping these three objects selected, right click, you say group. So even you can do this one, or you can also go here and choose group. So now you can see all these three images are together. I can move them together. So you can also resize them to whichever size you want. So it works for your advantage like this. Once they are grouped, you don't have to worry to align or the objects that you have selected separately. Once you have grouped, so you know that you can move it together, resize it, align it. So it's very helpful once you set it apart like this. Now, let me ungroup and I'll show you how to actually deal with a single image. So let me take this one. See, now I have this image. I want to improvise it. I want to change the style of the way it is being displayed. So you can go here. See, you have a lot of frames available in PPT. You can display it the way you want. See, rotated white. You can give it with a border. So this looks ugly. You can choose to display it like this, or with the soft edge rectangle. This has got a mirror image. See, this looks really good on it. So I can choose to give this effect. So it is visible as though we have kept it on a glass surface. So it shows a reflection part. So these are the things, and you can also improvise the way the picture is present. Now you have some adjustment tools that are available here. You can choose to improvise your picture complexion. You see, go here. You can sharpen it. So the sharp tool is used to enhance the details of the image. So you can edit the picture. So I'll keep it a little sharper with this. And you can also set the color tone, recolor the image. So you have a lot of options here to choose from. How exactly you want to display it. Now I want it to be, so this is perfect. It's working perfect with it. I'll just maintain the same. You can also remove the background of an image if you wish to. Picture transparency. So if there is any given background, so we saw there's a white background for this. So when you give some other image style, you will get to know. There is a white background for this particular image. If you wish to remove it, you can use the transparency. So you can go here. It's a time consuming process. You need to have patience. Sorry guys, this is about removing the background. So here It will ask you to choose which are the areas that you want to keep and the areas that you want to remove. Let's say, see here, I'll say mark areas to keep. I'll give this. So these are the areas that I want to keep. You can mark it and you can also select this. It's a little time consuming process, but it will work for you. Yeah. Now, once we are done with it, we will say keep changes. Yeah. So you can see this now. There is no background. So if you're tall, you place it on some other image or a background, shape. You will get to know that. So if you want to remove the background of an image, you can always use this. I know this part has not been edited to that extent, but you can still use the tools if you know that there are distinct colors. So if only if the colors are really distinct, you will be able to edit it very nicely. So without any professional tools, you can still work with PowerPoint to get it done. Removing the background, adjusting the tone of the image, you know, its brightness, saturation, all these things can be done using these options that we have in PowerPoint. So I have maintained the same. So you can also use some options like artistic effects. I want to show it in a different way altogether, like a painting, like a pencil sketch. So you can use it. So there are some artistic effects over here, of which you will give you a different effect on the image that you have. So this looks like a painting. This looks like a pencil sketch. So depending, it all depends how you want to display it, and the PowerPoint provides you so many different things as options over here. How exactly you want to keep it. So if you really get nice pictures from the internet, even that is also cool. So let me show you that option. You can also insert images from the websites. So click on online pictures. Can okay. I have to set my privacy settings to get it done. But otherwise, you can also choose it from online pictures, guys. So it will show you some clip arts and the pictures that are available online. You can directly use it in your slides. Okay. So let me see if I can change the settings and show you that option. I'll enable this. Let's see if it is going to work now. Oh, I want to restart. Anyways, I'll reopen this file. Just give me a second. Yeah, let's check if we can, use the online pictures now. I just wanted to show you that option. Okay. it isn't working anyways, but you can check in your systems for online pictures and how to use it directly. Even that works really cool. It looks really good as well. And I also want to show you how to use shapes, icons, and these things. Let me take another PowerPoint for this. Can you all see this, the new presentation? You're all able to see it, right?
The same slide is showing, Vidya.
Okay. Okay. So this is a blank slide, blank presentation that I've taken just to show you how to use shapes and icons that we already have. See, so there is something known as shapes in the insert tab. You just go and choose the shapes that are available here. See, if at all you want to use some shapes within your presentation, you can go choose from here. So let's say I'll choose some shape like this. So you can draw those shapes, and depending on the shape that you have selected, you have some different sizing and modifying handles like this. So if you see this yellow handle, it lets me you know adjust things like this, and you can also rotate it to set it in a particular way. You can also go change the color of these, in which context you want to keep it, and based on the shape that you have selected, you can choose to give different colors, and also outline if you wish to. You want to provide outline, let's say, you can choose that. And along with this, you can provide other shapes as well. So let me show you. I'll choose, let's say, this shape. Now for this, again, you go and modify it. You can also choose to give only the outline part. See, something like this. And let's say you want this image that you had already provided to be aligned in front. So again, select that. You have options in the arrange group over here. You can choose to bring it forward or send it backward. So based on this, you can arrange it. Let's say I'll bring it forward. So if you give fill color for this cloud shape, you'll understand it much better. So now you know the sun shape is actually in front of the cloud shape. So you can use shapes, create groups out of this. I can club them together by grouping them. You just have to select and say group. I just showed you one option. So you can also create a different shape altogether using these things. I can go to insert again. Say I'll use the oval shape. I'll just show you how to create a simple and different shape altogether using this. See, I have this. I'll create copies of this. And just say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You just keep them rotated, each shape. Now you can select all these shapes at once. Just go here and say align at the center and align middle. See, gives you a different shape altogether, and you can modify it as well. So this shape is not available. We just created it by using this, you know, a single shape into, just by aligning it. You can create different things like this. So there are a lot of options like this here. You can explore it and create so many things like this if you wish to. And for our advantage, we also have something known as icons. Let me add another slide. See, these icons are professional images that are kept ready, and you can use it in your uh, yes, see, you can choose it from here, and you can use it in your projects if you wish to. So you have lot of options to choose from. Let's say you want to use some animal icons, or let's say bugs or business. See, you can use it into your projects, and you can modify them accordingly. So I'll choose this one. Say I'll insert it. I can see you. I can just modify it the way I want. I'll increase the size, and it will not pixelate, guys. The quality of the image that they have provided is also really good. So you just have to select this, so you can fill it with different colors, and you can again graphics outline. Let's say you want to give some outline to it to enhance its look. You can give such things. Okay, this was good. See, you can use such icons. Let's say you wanted to use an icon like this one. It's a much professional one. Let me choose that. You wanted to show something like this. So whether the sales have gone up or they have gone down, you want to indicate using these icons. Let's say you can choose from here, or we have reached the target. You can use such things. And you also have options to modify it like this, the way you want. I'll just give the outline as red color, see, and I'll remove the fill. So you can modify these icons and you can use it. It's really good for communication purpose. So you can just use these icons to display something, or to prove your point that, so it indicates that we have reached the target, or the sales has gone low or high. You want to project something like this, you can use these icons as your uh, you know for communicating something with a really simple things. So you can't hear, this is for the mobility. So you have so many things over here. So whether you want to use them and modify it based on your slide theme. So see, this is really good to show for collaboration, or you want to show it as a gift or reward to a particular employee. So there are so many things here. Okay, so I guess these things are clear to you. So we actually explored a lot within the image part, how to insert images, how to use your shapes and those things. So icons is a new thing that has been included in Office 365, and also in 2019 version. In prior version, I don't think these things are there. In 16, I don't think so. So just check me and tell if you have the icons. But I haven't observed it. Just have a look at it and tell me. But Office 365 does have it, and you have other options like this. So how to modify it and customize it to your particular slide theme. Okay. So is it clear, guys? These things.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
these
clear.
yeah, these are the smaller details that you are going to add it in your presentation. Okay, but still, these icons is a really good one because it will save your time in designing these icons, and it will also let you customize it to your slide theme. So whatever theme or color that you have used, you can customize it to that thing. Actually, it's really helpful. So you can utilize these things and enhance your presentation, guys. Okay, I'll
How
stop.
to
Yes.
insert a video or an audio into a presentation?
That I have as a separate chapter, Reshika.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
tell you. So I guess tomorrow
Okay.
we'll be working on it. Okay, I'll let you know how to insert video, audio, and this word art and those things. So we'll see that tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So okay,
Yeah.
guys, I'll stop the session here.